excited for this.
Me too. I know. I was thinking about it. I was talking to my patient. I had a patient today who was just telling me about she was using LED for now 6 weeks, and she was using the Face Wear Pro, the one for the entire face,
Yep.
and now she's buying it as Christmas presents. So
That's so amazing.
I know. I was very excited for her.
They're definitely on my list as well for all my friends this year.
Yeah, it's really good. So let me tell everybody who we are. Okay, so I'm Dr. Dennis Gross. I am the founder, co-founder, because Carrie, my wife, is also a founder, and she's in Paris working right now at launching our brand in Paris. It's really exciting. So I'm the co-founder of Dr. Dennis Gross Skincare. I'm also a practicing dermatologist in New York City, been there for quite some time. And Bunny is a very knowledgeable partner of ours. Tell us who you are, please.
Now I'm very knowledgeable. So I started using Dr. Dennis Gross skincare when I was 15 years old. It started with the peel pads, and now I am just obsessed with
Oh,
everything. And then today's class will be about the LED lights. Super excited. I have the newest one is the lip one, which is my favorite, I think, so far, but maybe it's just my favorite because it's new. But also the face one as well. And we'll just be talking about everything LED, what it does for you. Any questions you guys have, just ask in the bottom. I will be reading them and asking him, but I also have a few questions that we have already.
yeah, definitely. I know LED is, in terms of newcomers to the industry, right? LED is really something that people don't understand is really a high-tech device that you can use at home, but it's still an ingredient. It
Yeah,
still works on the skin like any other ingredient would to do its thing. It's really quite something.
I'm really excited. So why should you use LED?
The first reason is because there's nothing like it. The thing about LED is that it gets into the skin, like I just was saying, actually, like an ingredient. Like you think about vitamin C, you think about retinol, you think about alpha hydroxy acids or niacinamide or green tea extract, doesn't really matter. All ingredients go to the skin, into the skin, and they function to have, like, they go onto receptors. That's what they're called. And
Yep.
then they do their magic, right? They brighten, they create collagen. LED is the exact same thing. However, there is completely hypoallergenic. It is completely non-irritating. It's very powerful, right? It was actually pioneered by NASA, by the space program, because it was found to help healing of wounds astronauts literally were getting in the rocket ships. And in space, wounds don't heal so well. And so the science was laid out, and so now here you have a means by which you can stimulate collagen, right? Which
Yep.
is like the holy grail of looking younger, right? It can also help complexion problems, right? So the Face Wear Pro has a setting just for acne, right? So it's something that really works. It's completely different, and it goes with absolutely anything else you use, because what it really is technology from clinics and doctors' offices. Only now we have made it in a compact way that you can use at home.
So can you tell me about the LED wavelengths?
Sure. People that when you hear wavelengths, right? Too much science. Let me just tell you simply what that means, right? Wavelengths are the actual beams of light that LED produces, okay? So like vitamin B, for example, right? You've heard there's vitamin B3, there's vitamin B6, there's vitamin B12. They're all vitamin B, but they're different wavelengths of LED, like there are different types of vitamin B,
That
okay?
makes sense. Yeah.
It does. And what happens is that each of these different wavelengths, each of these different beams of light do different things. The key thing is these LED products we're going to talk about tonight all have multiple wavelengths of LED, right? So red light LED, right, is known to get into the skin and do what? Build collagen. Now, you have to build collagen through external sources. You can't eat it. That's a myth. You can't apply
Really?
it. I swear. You can't. It doesn't Collagen is a protein. You eat it, it gets broken down to amino acids. It's not collagen by the time it gets in from your mouth, into your digestive system, into your bloodstream, into your skin. It's not collagen, right? The only legit way to build collagen is to use ingredients that make your own skin make more for itself. LED does that. The key thing about the wavelengths is that each wavelength goes deeper and deeper and deeper. And the whole idea, the breakthrough here with this product, is that it gets to the entire skin thickness and it builds collagen every step of the way from the top to the bottom. And that's how you get a wholesome, true, deep production of collagen. That's how fine lines look better. That's how wrinkles look better. That's how sagging and laxity and grooves, jowls, all those things that we see as we get older are all due to the loss of collagen. So when you build collagen around the eyes with one device, or the full face with another, or on your lip, building collagen firms the skin. You see? So you
Yeah.
want all the different wavelengths. That's the breakthrough here.
Someone wants to know if you use the LED mask.
Every day. I really do. It takes 3 minutes, right? That's one of the key things to this product. When we were developing, and by the way, this took years to engineer, right? Because the key thing was, as a dermatologist and just as a regular person, LED devices were taking 18 minutes to really be used. Who's going to do 18 minutes, honestly? So we had to create a powerful LED device. This is a product that in 3 minutes, even I have the time for it. And knowing the results it can give people and it gives skin in general, I'm a believer. I use it myself, definitely, every day. That's the key, by the way. If you're interested in these products, these different LED devices, I just want you to know from the outset that, first of all, they really work. These are FDA cleared devices. That means the Food and Drug Administration of the United States government had to see our data and give us the authorization for me to sit here and say to you that this builds collagen or it breaks down, it kills the acne causing bacteria, etc. But in 3 minutes, that was the breakthrough. That was the key.
Wow.
So, because it's powerful
Yeah.
and it goes through all layers of the skin. That's the
We,
breakthrough here.
we talked about the red lights that build collagen, but can you tell me about what the blue lights do?
Yeah. The blue light, also FDA cleared. In other words, data shows and proved to the US government to protect the consumer that it kills the bacteria that causes acne, right? So it is, and that's why lots of patients come into the practice and they come in and they sit down under the machine once a month, once every 3 months. You're better off doing this every day, by the way, to really
Yeah.
get the results. But they would come in for acne treatments, right? And it doesn't matter what type of acne, T-zone acne, adult acne, hormonal acne. It kills the bacteria that we know causes breakouts. It also starts to normalize the oil chemistry, which is another problem in complexion problems in general, from a little bit of acne texture all the
Mhm.
way to major forms of acne. The LED blue light works on all those complexion concerns. And
So can you
so,
talk about
yeah,
what's
sorry.
the mixed light mode do?
Right, exactly. So the LED Faceware Pro, the mask, the one that you showed us a minute ago, that LED Faceware Pro, this is a product that goes on your face and it has the red light when you press the button in the middle once. That purple color is actually blue, right? That's the acne one. So if you have any complexion concerns whatsoever, you can actually use all of those, the red and the blue together, by hitting that button 3 times, and you get the mixture of both in the same 3 minute treatment at the same intensity as if you were using or the red alone or the blue alone. So it's another time-saving way. And I got to tell you, the red light also helps reduce redness. And the reason for that is because red light LED brings down inflammation. So if you have any redness in your skin and you want to firm your skin, the red light LED does that. If you have breakouts and that's your major concern, you can use the blue light. If you want a little more complexion clearing and you want to firm your skin at the same time, use both the red and the blue together.
Now, is there like, so if you use it together every night, it doesn't like take the intensity out?
Exactly. Bunny, which is another key thing we had to do, right? there were certain things we had to break through in terms of the state of the art at the time. So yes, you can use both together and get the same results as if you use either one alone. There's no heat. People think LED, they confuse it with ultraviolet light. They confuse it with the things you put under your, when you get your nails done, and the light there, or sunlight, which causes free radicals and is the harmful rays. LED is completely different. So this is something that in 3 minutes a day, you get your full dose of LED,
Yeah.
and you can use red or blue or both.
Should you use it more than once a day?
You really don't need to. Okay. And once we go back to those receptors, think about receptors as being like doorways that open and close. Once the skin cells are like saturated, once they are full, the receptors shut down until the next day, right? They don't, it's like charging your cell phone, right? After the cell phone reaches 100% charge, you
Yeah.
can leave it plugged in, but it's not going to get any more charged, right? Same thing with skin cells and LED. 3 minutes, that's the key, right? It's convenient, and then yet at the same time, there's no heat coming from it. It's high energy, and it really gets the job done, but at the same time, it's really convenient.
So let's talk about the Eye Care Max Pro, which
Right.
is just the one that goes just here. Do you need both the face wear and the eye care? And what's the difference for the eye area?
I'll tell you what we're finding, okay? First of all, the face wear, the one that covers the full face, has LED lights all around here. It gets it. The answer to your question is you really can get away with just using the face wear product, the one for the full face. However, the eye goggles has an extra wavelength of light that is specifically going to work around the eyes. So my advice is if you just want something for full face and you want to get your eyes better, go for that. If you want to really, if you have crow's feet, right, or you have the 11s, or you're starting to see a little bit of crepiness here, you have little bags, even
Yeah.
under eye circles, there are some special, that the goggles are really specialty. They really are. So if that's your focus, that runs in your family, if you're starting to see that this is starting to be the area that's leading the way in terms of the aging process, yes, I would say get the goggles, right? The eyewear. And if you want to use that, like in the morning and the full face at night, that's okay too. The eyes are a little different. Once it comes to the reason we created the eyewear and the lip wear product was because they're a little different, and they have specialty modalities in those products for the eye and the lip that goes a little bit further than the multitasking full face. Full face is amazing. The data is incredible. We have before and afters on the box that are legitimately clients who used it. And with the full face, you start to see results in 2 weeks, and it gets better and better. And after 12 weeks, there's a real big difference. Same thing with the ones for the eye area specifically.
Yeah.
Okay, so I leave it to individuals to decide how they want to proceed.
Now, where does LED fit into your routine, whether it's morning or night? Should it be like before you wash your face, after you wash your face, after skincare?
The answer is it goes on first, immediately after you wash your face, right? You got to get the makeup off. At the same time, you really don't want any other products on your face. They all come after your LED treatments,
Hmm.
right? And you don't have to memorize this, just understand it. Products on your face can actually block the penetration of the LED light. Okay,
Hmm.
so I prefer, and then whether you use it in the morning or the night, absolutely up to you. It doesn't matter. It's just knowing where to put it in your regimen. It goes early on. It goes on before you put on your other skincare products. Even the peel. I think you should do that. You should cleanse, LED light, and then layer on and do your regimen as you normally do.
Now, someone asked and said, I don't have wrinkles yet, but is this something for preventative?
100%. And prevention really is something that is what we're seeing more and more people are interested in. These are products that the reality is that as we get older, we lose collagen, right? And by the way, it can happen because you had some sun in your past, right? It can happen because it's just the way our body ages, right? We start to lose collagen because the skin's exposed, the skin it has a lot of movement, wear and tear, and as we age, it starts to break down and we lose collagen. You can get ahead of that by starting LED early on before you actually see lines, wrinkles, right? And a good place to start is, for example, when you start to see a little bit of crepiness in your skin, and it can happen anywhere, right?
Yeah.
That's the first sign of collagen loss. Even before you see crow's feet, you can actually start to see a little bit of a texture change, a little thinning. So I'm a big believer in using LED as a preventative. Yes, it treats and it prevents, and it prevents people from getting worse even after they you can stop the clock, right? You can
Mhm.
actually treat, improve, and hold steady.
Can you use retinols after you use the LED lights?
Yep. You can do whatever you want, right? LED is first of all, it reduces inflammation, it reduces redness. So it's something that it really helps you tolerate ingredients that you might find challenging and harsh, right?
Mhm.
But you can absolutely use it. Don't worry. There's no rules of what you cannot do. It's just a matter of doing it in the right order. And morning or night, I don't really, there's no difference. What's more important is to really use it in a way that works for you. And that's sort of another key thing is like we made the LED face wear, we made all these products. The product for the face is hands free, right?
Right.
So you can multitask. You can actually work or do anything, talk on the phone, whatever you want to do while you're getting your treatment.
Now, I just wanted to mention because someone asked if there was a discount. There is a discount for this live until midnight, and the code is Bunny, BUNNY 2020, all one word together. And it includes everything, it excludes the lip wear. So the lip wear is not 20% off. I'm assuming because it's a brand new product and they're selling out anyways. But so all of the other LED things will be 20% off during this live and then until midnight tonight. So I also wanted to ask you about the new Lip Pro. It has 56 LED red lights, but can you talk about how we were talking over this last week because we were just together and how it helps the lines around your mouth and the collagen building, I thought was really interesting.
It's so important, because what it does is, again, what's it going to do? It's going to build collagen. So if you're seeing like fine lines on your lip, or you're starting to see the lines over your lip, this is a device, again, you're right, the 56 chips in there actually surround the entire mouth area, both the lip and the skin around the lip. And lots of times, those areas start to become a little bit weakened in their collagen. And so, with use of the LED lip wear, you can actually thicken the skin, build more collagen. Again, FDA cleared, statement has to be verified, and it is. And people start to see lines around their upper lip as well. And by the way, those happen in people who definitely it happened among people who are smokers, but it happens a lot in people who are not smokers. And the reason for that is because there's this is probably the most moved area on the human body with regard
Yeah.
to your skin, right? So the skin with all that movement breaks down in terms of the collagen and you get those creases. It's just like shoes coming out of the box, nothing, no crease. Wear them one time, you have a crease because of all that wear and tear. Same thing here. So building collagen is a way to really, really firm up the skin and help these lines get better. And I got to tell you, we do fillers in through here. We do fillers in the lip, right? the if you want to do fillers, that's great, right? But if you don't want to do fillers, right? If you don't want to look for a bigger lip and you don't want to use fillers here, which by the way, not great. I don't really. It's rarely that I tell people, you know what, I can improve this dramatically and
Right.
recommend fillers. Most of the time, realistically, fillers in for the lines here, not so great, and lasers there, in order to really get in there and build collagen, a lot of times they leave the skin here a lighter color.
Mhm.
It's like it's a two shades lighter. And if you look around, you'll see what's going on out there.
Mhm.
Don't love that either. I like the LED Lip Wear Pro, okay? Because this is a product that can make your lips look bigger, it can make them fuller, it can firm the skin here on the skin around the lip, and it does it naturally by building your own collagen.
Yeah, I think drinking from straws a lot too makes that same kind of like smoking effect where you're, closing your mouth a lot.
Totally. Talking,
Yeah.
and it runs in families. There's always going to be someplace on anyone in any individual's face where one section here, maybe the forehead, maybe here, maybe here, maybe here, maybe here, one section is going to lead the way in terms of how it looks like you're aging in a certain area. And that's just runs in families. Okay. So find the area and then treat it aggressively fast. So if it's your lips or if it's your eyes or if it's sagging here, figure it out. And I would really recommend starting an LED device that's suitable for you.
How long before you see the effects?
Generally speaking, you start to see some effects in 2 weeks. Okay, but remember, it takes longer than that to really make the dramatic difference we're seeing. Again, the boxes before and after show pictures. Stick to it 12 weeks, which could seem like a lot of time, but you start to see it in 2. And once you start to see it coming your way, you really get motivated to stay on it. Okay, and why is it that way? It's that way because collagen is a protein and it's a little strand of protein. You
Yep.
need thousands and thousands of them to fill in a line, to firm up a section, to reduce the crepey look of your lips, or to work on crow's feet. You know, it takes time. And that's why one of the first things I always mention is you got to stick to it. Okay. Which is also why 3 minutes was such a crucial thing for us to get straight in the product before we tested it and released it. Okay. Because now we have a convenient way to use something that requires daily use. Stick to it though. Incredible results.
So I'm going to ask you a few skin concerns and ask you if you can use LED with these. And the first one is rosacea.
Yes, you can. Yes, you can. And what happens is with the red, I'm assuming here you use the full face mask. Okay. Rosacea, here's what's interesting about rosacea. If you looked under the microscope, rosacea is basically an inflammatory, acne-like rash. So inflammation, LED red light works beautifully on that. And it has similarities to acne, and the red and the blue light LED works on that. So I love treating rosacea with the red and the blue settings on the LED mask.
Mm,
Okay. And it really does help. And this is something that even if you have conventional acne, lots of times, if you notice, people with breakouts, there's a little bit of a redness to it.
yeah.
And that redness is something that the LED red light also reduces because that's inflammation. And what's
Hmm.
also great about the LED Facewear Pro for acne is it helps get the bumps down, you know. And so lots of people who have really true acne problems, that you really don't like the three-dimensionality of it, right?
Yep.
And makeup is used to cover it up, but certain angles you can't help but see the elevations. LED blue and red together really help that feature of acne look better quickly.
This is such a good question. So, why are there blue lights if everyone's saying reduce your blue light exposure?
Different. I'll tell you why. Because you have to have it in a controlled way, right? So when you hear about people getting too much blue light, like from devices, etc., there's a limit, right? Which is why that's why the unit shuts off after 3 minutes.
Yep.
It was another thing in our research team. We thought about this, right? And so rather than have to push a switch to turn it off, we want to make it dummy proof, right?
Hmm.
So if you just turn it on and just let it do its thing, you'll be fine. Okay. Sometimes too much of a good thing is a bad thing, and we would never let that happen.
Yep.
However, but here with LED, The blue light, it's a really good thing, and that's why it's used professionally on a regular basis, with
Hmm.
professional people behind the device giving you settings, etc. Don't worry about that.
Does it have a different wavelength?
It does. There are different wavelengths, of course. These are very pure wavelength of LED blue light. Very pure. Singular blue wavelength. And then when you have LED of different, that's more concerning, there are multiple wavelengths of it. Right. Not necessarily good and not necessarily good at such high intensity. But again, calibrated. That's the key.
Yeah.
Okay. These are these are medical devices, right? Medical grade devices. Then they're FDA cleared for that reason, you know. And even things like goggles with the FaceWear Pro or the eyewear, you don't need goggles. We had to really prove the safety there again. And the Food and Drug Administration said, yes, okay, these are fine. You pass. You don't need to have individuals use goggles here. Okay.
Interesting, because I saw that question a few times. Yeah, so there, it's safe to use on your face. Should you be on your phone while you're using it, or should you have your eyes closed?
No, you can have your eyes open. No, that's definitely could do it. I do things like on my desk, when it's when I do my treatment. Carrie makes coffee, you know. So, and I think that's a really that's another thing. She keeps it by the coffee maker, and or she'll put it someplace where she knows she's going to have the time to multitask
Yeah,
when she's treating herself, you know.
interesting.
So yeah,
Okay, so another one, back to can you use LED with this skin condition? And the next one is eczema.
you can. Now, here I have to just, first, I cannot say it's going to work on eczema strictly because, by the letter of the law, which I respect and uphold, eczema is a medical condition,
Mm-hmm.
and we no LED device really. You have to go back to the FDA and do before and afters in clinical studies with people with eczema. It's not been done. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
so I can't make the claim. Acne, I can, no question. Wrinkles, sagging, laxity, collagen, I can. The thing about eczema, though, is that remember, eczema is also inflammatory. And
Mm-hmm.
one thing I can say is it reduces inflammation. Okay, so if you think about it, if you have eczema, I recommend it. I do.
Mm-hmm. Can teens use these devices?
They do. Absolutely. Teens love it, and that's just a way to get them better with regard to breakouts. And also, another huge thing is that teens can overdo things.
Mm-hmm.
They'll put on too much tretinoin or they'll scrub too much, or they'll just be bummed out they're not getting better, right? All those issues with this LED device, you don't have to worry about it. It works, doesn't irritate, they have fun with it, they use it, that's key, and then they get better, and then they're less afflicted with a really tough condition called acne.
Is it safe for someone who had treated cancer on the face?
Again, it's safe. Yes. I can't say it's going to have any benefit there, but it's
Right.
safe. You know, this is why, LED, again, it's really important. Pioneered by NASA. You
Yeah.
know, because it was so effective. It is so safe.
And it is safe also to use with fillers and Botox.
Absolutely. Oh, it's actually recommended because you see the thing is that all those things, fillers and Botox, are a quick fix, super effective, right? But temporary. If you build collagen and you stay with this, the collagen's yours, right?
Hmm.
This is a true way to improve the problem in a way that's very direct, right? When you're using a filler, you're using something to expand the skin and replace the collagen that's been lost. LED truly gives you more collagen. So it's a very direct, very, very targeted, pure treatment uh, measure to take for people who are looking for anti-aging benefits.
Hmm. Someone asked about back acne. Is that something that this could help treat? And then I know we have the Body Wear Pro as well.
Yeah, you know what? It can, especially because again, kills bacteria and reduces redness, and redness is inflammation, and inflammation is a big part of acne. It's why it's red and why it's elevated. So yeah, absolutely. It doesn't matter where in your body, acne is still acne.
Yeah.
You know,
After the recommended 12 weeks that you see the progress, are you still supposed to use it every day or do you
I would
switch to a different routine?
here. You know what? I'll tell you what I feel. I think if you stay with it, 3 minutes is not a long time, right?
Yeah.
If you just stay with it, you will get better and better. It's not like it reaches a max and then it stops. So
Mhm.
I do like the idea of my official recommendation is just try to make it part of your life like brushing your teeth. You know,
Mhm.
it will really, really make a difference. There are people who come into the office who get the professional LED treatments once a month. And these people, when they start instead to use something on a regular basis, that woman I talked about, the patient who was coming in, she was not going to be able to come in for her LED treatments. She was taking a long trip, and so she started using the Faceware Pro, and she really prefers it actually. You know,
Okay.
so consistency really, really helps. The skin loves consistency. So if you stop using it after 12 weeks, I don't think it's good to just stop and not go back to it. You could try, you play with it. You can say, okay, look, you want to try using it every other day? You can, you know. And I cannot tell you that it's going to necessarily work as well as if you stick with it.
Mhm.
But what I can tell you is if you stick to it, the results you're seeing get better, even after 12 weeks. Sky's the
So,
limit.
yeah, I just want to mention again that there is a discount during this live. It's 20% off all of the LED products except for the lip wear, which is new. And the code is Bunny, BUNNY 20, as in one word, which should be the code. Now, I
Yeah,
did want to ask you, this was my question to you, so hopefully someone else thinks this as well. But like, what is the difference between the LED? No, it's not LED. The light that cures your nails, which is the UV light, versus LED therapy.
totally different. Apples and oranges. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
literally. UV light is sunlight. UV light are from tanning beds. UV light is a form of radiation, right? Which is why it causes skin cancer, which is why it causes skin to age because it forms free radicals, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like a little darts that actually pierce those fibrous strands, the collagen in the skin. They start to collapse and break down because UV light causes destruction
Mm-hmm.
of collagen. Completely different story. You know, LED is a different form of energy. It's light. It's not radiation. It doesn't burn. It doesn't heat up, right? You don't even know you're wearing it. You see the color, but that's it. Completely different story. Healthy versus unhealthy.
And what's the difference between LED and infrared light?
Infrared is actually in some of the LED devices, okay? And the reason we put it there is because I don't know if you remember your science, but it's called a spectrum, the light spectrum. Okay, so after you've gone all your wavelengths of LED and you continue with the wavelengths, at some point it converts from LED to infrared. There's a part of infrared that goes very deep into the skin and has a benefit to do things like stimulate collagen, okay, and increase circulation. So we have a touch of infrared in here. Not too much, but a little bit because it's a good way to get deeper into the skin and recruit more of the cells that we're looking for to stimulate collagen.
Does LED light help hyperpigmentation?
LED light can help hyperpigmentation if it's post-inflammatory hyperpigmentation. In other words, there's a form of lots of times people are red first and then the redness goes away and the
Mm-hmm.
skin spews out all this pigmentation, all this melanin, and then you get discoloration, you get hyperpigmentation. Okay, so LED, by reducing inflammation, can actually stop that progression to hyperpigmentation. Okay, it's a specific type and a lot of people have it. It's another reason why it's great for acne because a lot of times people with who have breakouts, they end up with those little marks those
Hmm.
little darkened spots where the breakouts were, it can help that because it reduces the inflammation and stops the progression. Red can turn to brown. So if that's you, yes, it can help you.
What about like brown spots or age spots?
Nope, nope, not going to do it
Yeah.
because that's a whole different story, right? Those are actually discolorations like that are could be like little growths in the skin. They could be pure deposits of melanin that came on because there was no inflammation. And if that's the reason, LED is not going to work, and you need another treatment for it. There, for example, the vitamin C serum is a really great. The 15% L-ascorbic, great for that for melasma, for example, or
Mhm.
for hyperpigmentation. But LED, nope, not for sunspots, not for melasma.
Is there anyone who should not use LED?
No, I have no reason to think that there's anything about LED for anybody that I would say no, you're not a great candidate. You
Yeah.
know, um, totally safe. You know,
Yeah. So, what else? Can LED therapy cause damage?
no, no. It there's uses directed 3 minutes. Just follow the instructions. There's nothing you have to worry about. This is not ultraviolet light, you know. And now it's been time tested, you know, and it really is just been a dramatic improvement. The new lip device is something that I think has been it's so popular because lip fillers are really popular. You
Yeah.
know, the LED fill face is so popular because it's reducing the amount of times that people necessarily do need Botox or want to do fillers. And the eye product, another breakthrough, has even started helping people when you start to see a little bit of a sunken look around the eyes, and sometimes it looks like dark circles. Lots of times that look exists because you've lost collagen. And it builds collagen under here too. So people, that sunken look, that
Hmm.
tired look, has made a dramatic difference. And let me tell you, the alternative you have, truth be told, for that sunken look, fillers you can do. I like fillers, but not everyone's a candidate. And those who are should still use LED on an everyday basis to get even
Hmm.
more results and to stop the progression that can worsen. And then, by the way, there are people who have dark circles under their eyes. Again, lots of times the skin under the eyes is super sensitive, and
Yeah.
it's easily inflamed. And then, if the skin here is inflamed and is red, that oftentimes leads to hyperpigmentation. LED, the goggles and the full face, get enough LED light there to really help that cause. So what we're really talking about is a technology that has found a way into the home of people in a way that has really never been done before. And so we're seeing technology, not just like the conventional creams of the world, really enter into the home care treatment center. And that has made such a difference. And that's why it's really for everybody. And I think it's a great add-on to anybody's routine who's serious about results. You got to use it though.
Yeah. So we talked about how if you have the face wear, that you don't necessarily need the eyewear unless you really want to work on your eyes. Is that similar to the lips, or is the lips not as covered in this?
Well, first of all, it has a mouthpiece, so the lip itself is not covered.
Hmm.
No. And so people who want firmer lips and who start to see the lines on the lips,
Hmm.
those people who want that result, you're not going to get the results, unfortunately, from the face mask,
Hmm.
right? And there you got to use the lip product, you know? And the lip product has 4 different wavelengths of light, really targeted, you know? So I want people to not be confused about what I'm saying. If you want to treat everything, you can use the full face. If you
Yeah.
have a serious problem, then you can target those problems with these individual eye or lip product. And if you have the lip itself, only the lip product is going to target this because the Faceware Pro does not.
Yeah. So if I use the full face, can I then use the eye and the lip, or is it not recommended to use them all together?
You don't really need it. However, you know what? Again, these are targeted treatments where if you want to separate the two, the early morning and the late night, by
Mm-hmm.
using the full face and then having extra wavelengths that the other products give you for eye and for lip, yes, you can.
Now the lip one, someone wants to know where you're supposed to put your teeth on it, but I believe it's this row, right?
Yeah, exactly. You demonstrated it.
Yeah,
It goes in
but don't
and
put
then
it all the way in.
yeah, you just want to put it. There you go, just like that. You can actually put it a little bit closer, and that would be ideal. The idea is they're built to touch, but not to rub too hard on the skin surface.
And I
Okay.
believe when we were talking, you were telling me that the reason that there it has a lot more impact if it's closer to your face.
Right. Which is why they have that lining. It has like this gel kind of texture to it,
Yeah,
so
it's
it
like a
really, yeah, it adheres to the skin, and even that material, by the way, do you know the kind of research that went into deciding what we're going to line it with? You can wipe it clean, by the way, with a little alcohol pad, but
hmm
it has this ability, like the face wear product, you stretch it a little bit, put it on your skin, and let go, and then it clings. And the eye product, same thing. Okay,
hmm
and so you want to have it flush against the skin, just enough to feel it touching, and then you're getting the results you want. And it also is important because what happens is you kind of want, like, it's going to stretch out the skin, so those little grooves when you put the lip product on and you put it against the skin's it's stretched out, so it really digs in and gets into the valleys
Mm.
that are really that exist with fine lines, and wrinkles and grooves and all that. So you want to get that exposure to the surface. It's designed. It's dummy proof. Just put it on, and it does the job for you. But a lot of thought went into it, and a lot of research went into it, and then after that, a lot of clinical testing went into it. So, and now time has shown, and you're right, that it works. And now we cannot keep the lip wear product in stock.
Yeah.
It's been insane, because people are really seeing the difference. And the trend for big lips kind of gone. I never loved it, but natural looking lips, your own perfect color, you
Yep.
know, with with your own shape enhanced,
hmm
is really beautiful. And the full face, what it keeps people at home doing something every day that I think can really equal what you can get in a doctor's office, certainly in mine.
And I know this live is about the LED lights, but can you talk about using the plumper and the
Mm.
LED together?
This, both of these guys are out of stock, right? I mean, I don't know how you're doing it, but people are trying to get it at the stores. We can't.
Yeah.
This product here is a treatment. It's like a serum you put on the lip itself. Now, the difference is that gives you hyaluronic acid, right?
hmm
The LED light does what? Collagen, the fibers that make skin firm, that give skin structure, make skin dense, restores it back to that thickness we had when we were younger. The treatment is an ointment that delivers four different, sound familiar? Four different molecular weights, four different sizes of hyaluronic acid. Hyaluronic acid plumps the skin. It brings water into the skin, hydrates the skin, gives you what's called internal hydration. And here, the results are immediate. So within 2 minutes, and you can watch it happen. And it gives your skin this beautiful color. It gives you great, your size is markedly improved while in minutes. And it gives the skin definition. The border here around the lip is a very specific line of demarcation.
hmm
So what you're seeing is with both these products, more defined lips. And that's why lip liners used. That's where it came from, because there's a beauty to having the lip outlined. This restores your natural vermilion border. Collagen with the LED Pro for the lip, or with the hyaluronic acid. The key thing with the hyaluronic acid, though, do not apply the serum on the area here. That's that is not where it goes. It goes on the lip, not the skin around the lip. If this
Yeah.
is your goal around here, use the LED device.
Right.
Yep.
Yeah, because you don't want to have the serum because it'll probably turn your skin a little red or pink too,
Yeah,
right?
exactly. And here's the key thing to understand about the serum. If you think about it, the tissue of the lip is skin, but it's a very different type of skin.
Yeah.
It's really across. It's in between skin around on the face and the skin inside the mouth, right?
Mm,
So it's a transition, right? So the lip product, the ointment, goes specifically on here and is not designed to be used on the facial skin itself. It's a
mhm.
specialty tissue that the vehicle, the things that are in it that make it penetrate into the skin, the delivery system, those are things specifically for the lip itself. So no, don't put it around here. You can't do both.
How often should you clean this and how do you clean it?
Clean it. What you know? What just a little rubbing alcohol, isopropyl alcohol, just a little bit on a cotton ball or on a tissue, doesn't matter, and it just apply it with a damp tissue, cotton ball, and just clean it once, twice around, done. And people share this, by the way. Like I know families have one in their home, and teenagers or people with complexion problems use it. Then other people use it for anti-aging purposes, and you can just clean it and share it. It's really shareable. It recharges. There's no batteries.
Battery, it lasts forever.
It's a good thing too. Another feature, when we were designing it, it took us a little time now to just create the charge that can keep, because it's a powerful unit. It's got
Hmm.
high energy, which is why it works in 3 minutes, right? All of them. But and the battery requirements, it would have required changing batteries a lot. So we had to find a charging system that we now put in here that allows you with one charge for you to get at least 10 treatments per
Hmm.
charge.
Can you use this on your neck as well?
Really important point. You know what? You should. It's going to take another 3 minutes though. Okay. You turn it upside down, put your
Oh.
chin where the mouthpiece was, right? And then hug your neck with it, hug
Hmm.
your neck with it, and then turn it on. And it's going to work on your neck. And let me tell you, there is absolutely a need for firming the neck, right?
Hmm.
Because lots of times our necks just don't get the same results as our face do. So there are people who walk around where their face looks great and their neck not so great. This
Hmm.
is a powerful way. To me, this is the most powerful neck treatment for home use that we have, that there is, because LED, FDA cleared, proven to create collagen anywhere, the neck included. So you just 3 minutes on the face, and if you're so inclined, 3 minutes on the neck. It's a huge, huge benefit.
I love this. I never knew that.
Absolutely, it's really it's an important little trick. Now you're up to 6 minutes though, folks.
Yeah.
You're working.
We answered this question already, but I'm gonna ask it again. So is it just as effective when you use both lights versus using just the red or just the blue?
Hear me loud and clear. Yes, yes, yes. Because the amount of red light that comes out in 3 minutes, when you use it alone, or the amount coming out in blue when you use it alone, are the same when you use the red and blue together. Okay?
Mhm.
That they're different, there's different chips, right? There are different beams of light coming from these chips. Some are designed for red, some are designed for blue. All you're doing is turning them both on together when you hit the button 3 times.
Mhm.
Once for red, twice
Mhm.
for blue, 3 times for red and blue. You're just firing up literally all cylinders together and all the different lights coming out. And by the way, what else is interesting is when you see those little chips there, each of those have multiple. That's not one chip. There's multiple chips within each of those things you see as a circular light.
Mhm.
There's multiple chips in there, so it's a lot
Mhm.
more loaded with light energy than you might think.
Mhm.
Right. But you can really see it, when you put it on and you see how much light intensity there is. Like, yeah, your
Mhm.
face, the red light on your face now is really startling.
Mhm.
A lot more than you would ever think. Again, it's all about the engineering. It's an at-home medical device
Mhm.
that's FDA cleared. It's really, really, it's and it's just so popular now. It's being used around the world. Um,
Is
and
this safe for pregnancy?
yeah, yeah, because there's nothing absorbed into the bloodstream, right? That's the issue, right? Certainly pills. You got to talk to your doctor, right? You can't
Mhm.
assume, any pills safe, right? And then certain creams, well, prescription creams. I'll give you, for example, tretinoin, right? Renova. Those creams are not used for pregnancy because of the off chance it gets into the bloodstream of the mom and then into the bloodstream of the baby,
Mhm.
right? So those are prohibited. So it's a matter of, is it going to get into the bloodstream? LED is a skin treatment, right?
Mhm.
Specifically for skin, and nothing more than skin. So you don't have to worry about any absorption that could be harmful.
Can you use the Body Wear Pro on your neck?
You can, sure, absolutely. It shapes well, it conforms, you can bend it.
Mhm.
Absolutely. Yeah.
And then can you apply serums before LED therapy?
I don't want you to. I really think you're better off not to. Derm infusions is one exception. The
Mhm.
new product we have, that comes in that gold bottle.
My in the
That
world.
one, yes, that one. You like this one.
This is my favorite thing in the entire world.
Yeah, that's an incredible. And by the way, this is the same thing. Like this, also four different hyaluronic acid molecules, plumps the skin immediately, gives the skin incredible radiance, amazing as a makeup primer, softens fine lines right away so makeup doesn't get in there, and it really does the plumping and that beauty, makes that so popular. Collagen and hyaluronic acid are totally different though, but they're
Mhm.
sisters, right? Hyaluronic acid and collagen both go together in the skin that we're talking about, in the dermis. And so the plumping can be with derm infusions or the lip treatment. Um, Collagen comes from LED. It's a really nifty way to go because
Mhm.
they work together beautifully. So you can use derm infusions under the LED mask, but that's the only one, right?
Now, will it penetrate it more, or you just
It
can't?
does. It can help the penetration, and it doesn't inhibit, the absorption of the LED. But
I'm
as
gonna
a
try it.
golden rule, yeah, it's popular. As a golden rule, folks, really don't put anything on your skin. Just let the LED have just an unimpeded path into your skin, and give it 100% full entry. So I'm pretty much, the exception is one off with derm infusions. For the most part, German do your LED and then layer on your other products.
Can all skin types use the Face Wear Pro?
Absolutely,
Oily, dry.
absolutely. All skin types, all skin tones, 100% important. And sensitive skin. You gotta, let me tell you, to me, the most challenging skin type is sensitive skin, right?
Mhm.
Yes, you have combination, you have oily and dry. They're challenges, but people with sensitive skin, first of all, a lot of times they don't realize that is a skin type, and it is the guiding light that those people have to really be careful because they're irritated easily. Again, LED helps the redness, it calms inflammation, has a soothing effect. So it's good for sensitive skin and then for any other skin type as well. Even the blue LED helps normalize, the oil chemistry in the skin and can help reduce some of the oil that builds up that you see on your skin.
Mhm.
So it's great for that. Sensitive skin to all skin types, all skin tones. No issue.
So there shouldn't be anyone that's like, "Oh, you have this problem, do not use LED."
Correct. Absolutely. It's actually a breakthrough treatment in a professional setting that you can do at home.
Should you steam your face before the LED mask?
You can. Absolutely. Absolutely, you can. It does not, if you really want to be a stickler about it, I think you should do LED first.
Mhm.
Why? because steam
Yeah.
increases makes your skin a little damp, a little bit wet. If you wait 5 minutes, you can do it. But if you're going to one after the other, do LED first. Let it get
Mhm.
in. You don't want any water vapor, no moisture to the skin. It's normal. LED gets in, and then you could steam. And steaming and LED, that is like the classic cocktail people come into the office for, right? LED
Right.
and facials, right? So the LED mask and the facial unit that we have go great together.
Mm.
And by the way, this is another trend that we're starting to see. At home steaming, and we have an
Mhm.
incredible at home steamer. Again, that's 9 minutes, but it's got the right pressure, the right temperature. You can calibrate it, you can hold it close, you can be more of a distance. We're finding, and we are now really focusing on at home devices that typically require a visit to a professional setting in order to do them, right?
Mhm.
Because again, the more you do it, and these are facials are great, you know, facials are great for complexion, they're great for pore size, but to only get a facial once a month, you can do it at home, and they're great together. LED and facials go great together. LED and peels go great together,
Mhm.
right? So the alpha beta peel and LED, great combination. And then whatever, find your right. Vitamin C could be for you. Retinol could be for you. You know.
Awesome. So I think it's going to kick us off in like a minute and a half. It just
Okay.
said. So let me ask you one final question, and that is, why do you love LED so much?
Because it's a multitasker. It's powerful. It's a professional treatment at home, and it's unlike anything else, and it goes and enhances everything else you do, right? So anytime you're trying to have firmer skin, anti-aging, younger, healthier looking skin, LED has now been pioneered to be 3 minutes a day, and it's a great way to combine with whatever you do. And by the way, 1 + 1 = 3. That's really important. It works in different ways than everything else, but together with other things or on its own, there's nothing like it. And by the way, FDA cleared. That's a really important thing. That's why people go to professional settings for years and years
Yeah.
for the results. Now you can get results at home.
And that's amazing. I'm so like I just love how you have these products that everyone can use at home instead of going in to get facials. And the Faceware Pro was my favorite, but I think I lean a little bit towards the lip because it's new and pretty. And I hope you guys love these as much as I do because I know how much technology is in these, and they're just really revolutionary.
They are. Thanks, Bunny. This is so much
Thank
fun.
you. This was so amazing.